Hello. Sorry, it took me a moment here to get started. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks. I'm really happy to be here with you both on the Moon Wandering Studio page and on Instagram. If you're joining on either one, welcome. Welcome and thank you for being here. Today's class is all about the new moon. Today is the new moon. Hello, welcome. Today is the new moon. This is the second new moon in June, which makes it kind of a special new moon. But as always, it is a really good time to turn inward when the sky is black and when the moon is missing. It's pretty easy to feel the shadows and to see the shadows. So the new moon is asking us to embrace that shadow side, which can be scary sometimes. It can bring up some things for you that maybe you have been hiding from in your life and bring them into the light. Because when we bring it all into the light, we realize that the light and the dark, there is no difference. So let's honor both sides of ourselves. Today's ceremony will be 1/3 journaling, 1/3 guided meditation, and 1/3 restorative yoga. So if you haven't got your mat, or your journal, or any other things that you would like to invite into this ceremony, then I encourage you to go ahead and grab those things now. So you can see I have my yoga mat set up behind me. I have my journal here, and I brought some Palo Santo. So this will be what I use for our ceremony, but it's possible that you have other things that you like to bring into your ceremony, perhaps some water, some crystals, maybe another type of incense. Will last about 45 minutes total. Okay. Let's open our ceremony with the singing bell, some Palo Santo, and some silence. Deep breath in through the nose, letting the shoulders roll away from the ears, settling into your space of silence for the next few moments. If you have some incense or perhaps a candle that you can light to signify the beginning of our ceremony. You're welcome to do that. Then here at the beginning, we'll go into an unguided meditation or a state of meditation just by tuning inward. So closing the eyes if you're comfortable with that, or resting the eyes on something neutral. You can relax the hands into your lap and sit comfortably. Maybe you hear sounds, maybe you don't. Try not to attach any judgment to them. Mentally turn down the volume of the outside world. Come into this, to this moment. And I'd like to do a little reading for you based off of the new moon. Okay, so this is a reading from Spirit de la Lune. She says, this new moon is known as the double new moon because it is the second new moon in a row in Cancer. This means that you might need to revisit or rethink your intentions from last month. Look at this new moon as a second chance when it comes to reaching your goals. This new moon starts off with what feels like a second chance on our goals to manifest. You might feel the need to focus on your home so you can create a safe and nourishing environment. As the moon grows in the sky, you will find yourself with more energy and opportunities to complete your goals and intentions. So we'll stop there, and we'll use that little bit there to guide our journaling. So if you have your pen and your journal, pull them out. And the first thing I want you to do is just revisit your intentions from last month. So maybe go back in your journal, or maybe just think back to where you were this time last month. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. After you've taken a moment or two to revisit those intentions from last month, let's go back to the page where we're on right now. And with that intention in mind of coming back to our previous intentions, if you were offered a second chance to manifest these intentions, how would it go? How will it play out the second time? So the question is, given a second chance, at your Cancer new moon intentions, How will they manifest? So because this is the second new moon in Cancer, you are getting a second chance. So take a moment to go back to those intentions. Maybe evaluate what worked, what didn't work, and then think about how they will manifest given a second chance. It's not often we get second chances, so let's be grateful. Let's be grateful that we get this second chance. So even if you didn't set new moon intentions last month, you probably had a goal for yourself or some kind of action plan. And we all know our actions don't always go exactly to plan. So see where those misalignments happened. See where maybe you can realign this time around. And giving yourself just a few more moments here to get your thoughts out before we move to the next question. Now I want you to think about, where does your energy come from? Where does your energy come from? In this next cycle, the cycle beginning as the new moon grows in the sky, we're going to have the opportunity to grow our energy as well. So, where will you be getting that energy? What is going to allow you to rest in this moment and cultivate more energy for the cycle ahead? Where does your energy come from? And our final question for the journaling part today is there anything hidden beneath the surface, asking to be seen or heard? Remember, in the times of the new moon, energy is a little bit more dark, a little bit more receptive. So even though you may not see what's lurking beneath the surface, maybe you feel it. So if you're feeling something beneath the surface right now, hey Nikki, hey Renee, we're just checking in on our journaling for new moon intentions. And the last journaling question was, is there anything hidden beneath the surface, asking to be seen or heard? And this can be in relation to cultivating your own energy throughout the cycle. You can think about where your energy comes from and then see if maybe there's something beneath the surface that's blocking that energy coming to life. And if nothing comes to you right away, that's okay. It's hidden, it's beneath the surface, it may not be immediately visible. But I encourage you to hold on to this question and maybe come back to your journal after the meditation and see if anything comes up for you during our meditation today. Our meditation today is going to involve some cultivation of awareness and some energy clearing. So you'll be using some of your hands, you're going to be using your breath, and you're going to be using your mind as a tool to help you create more clarity in your life and around your intentions and around your own energy. So with that, we'll take a moment to settle in. Maybe feeling your feet on the floor or possibly even moving onto your mat. Roll the shoulders up and back, away from the ears. Let your hands rest into your lap. Maybe gently look down towards the hands or close your eyes. Invite stillness and silence into your practice. Invite space, pure space, into the room with you. So just continue to sit comfortably. Inviting the space, inviting the sounds, inviting any other movements happening around you or within you. Inviting it in without judgment, inviting it in without concern. Staying in this space of silence, comfortable spaciousness all around. And possibly starting to think again about that journaling question at the end, about whether or not maybe there's something beneath the surface, behind the curtain, that's asking to be seen or heard. Again, if nothing's coming up for you in this moment, don't worry. It's possible that there's something blocking it, blocking that message from getting heard. So for the next part of our meditation, I invite you to bring your hands up into your heart center and start to rub the hands together, creating some heat, some friction, some energy. Continuing to breathe deeply as you continue to rub your hands together. After a few moments of rubbing the hands together, we'll pause and separate the hands, cultivating this space of energy, feeling any tingling sensations in the fingers or through the palms. And then with this energy, we're going to set the intention for clarity and start to move the hands towards the heart. So open your hands towards your heart. And then maybe start to move more intuitively up and down over the body, scanning top of the head, your third eye, your throat, your mouth, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral center, and finally your root. Moving the hands down over the tops of the legs and sending the energy downward toward your feet. And just continuing these sweeping motions. Notice if there's any area of the body where your hands feel stuck or congested. Without trying to change anything, just noticing. Scanning the whole body at least 2, maybe 3 times, especially those areas that feel a little bit more stuck. Again, with that intention of clarity, the intention of just clearing. And the next time you sweep over the body, I invite you to use these sweeping motions, like over the head and out, like this. And as you come through each energy center on the body, again, just sweeping the energy away. Any stuckness that you have in your energy field, you can just brush it away. This is much more of an intuitive movement than a prescribed movement. So whatever you're feeling, maybe it's in your neck, maybe it's in your chest, maybe it's in your hips. Just wherever that energy lies for you, brushing over it and sweeping it out and away. for the last part of this meditation, we're going to call in a golden light, universal wisdom, of the highest good, a golden light of protection. We can bring our hands now above our heads, cultivating this golden light, picturing a beautiful golden sun above you. And then carefully and intentionally draw it in to your head, over your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral center, down to the root, down to the legs, encapsulating your full body in this beautiful, glimmering golden light. Knowing that your purest intentions have been set for clarity, optimal manifestation. And when you're ready, let your hands come back down to your lap. And we'll rest here for a few moments in silence, just kind of basking in that light, basking in that universal wisdom, basking in our highest intentions, allowing yourself to channel your highest self. The highest version of yourself has a message for you, being delivered to you in the subconscious. Let that message slip in. Let it be here all the way. And when you hear the sound of the bell, that will signify that our meditation is complete. You can start to wiggle your fingers and blink open your eyes. I'll give you a moment here to journal anything that came up for you during the meditation. Any thoughts that came to you when you're sitting in that space. And feel free to bring your journal with you over to your mat as we get ready for a few restorative poses to integrate the journaling and the meditation into our physical bodies. So in the new moon, I like to share restorative yoga poses as they're more healing, more receptive, and less trying than a typical flow or vinyasa practice. If you have a pillow or a bolster, this will be handy to have. It'll be handy to have by. But if you don't have it, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll actually get started in child's pose. So if you have a pillow or bolster, you can set it to be vertical towards the mat. Spread your knees apart, bring your toes to touch, and then sit back on the heels. You want to bring the bolster or the pillow between the knees. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, walking yourself over the top of the bolster or the pillow. Start by just resting one ear to the mat, and I'll let you know when we're about halfway through this pose to switch sides. And if you're not using a bolster, of course, you're welcome to put your forehead directly onto the mat. It just makes it kind of hard when you're on a pillow or a bolster to have your head face down. I encourage you when you're in this pose to fully release to the ground, to let everything kind of get heavy and weighted. Allow yourself to fully surrender here. You may now alternate the side of your face towards the mat. We're about halfway through this pose. Gently scan the body from fingertips through the arms, the head and the neck. Scanning to see if you can feel any areas of tension. And if you feel an area where the breath gets stuck, where it's harder to move through the scan, send the breath there with loving intentions. Three more breaths in child's pose. After your third breath, we're going to sit up. Move the bolster off to the side. Bring the hands and knees to a little bit closer together. Wrists below shoulders and knees below hips. We'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Loosen up the spine just a little bit. Drop the belly. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round for cat. Looking towards the belly button. Inhaling to move with your breath as you lift open the chest, move the shoulders back. And exhaling to dispel the oxygen from the lungs, tucking the tailbone under. Take one more. Next, we'll prepare for our pigeon poses. So bring your hands just slightly forward of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips up. If you want, you can walk your dog in downward dog. Just stretch the backs of the hamstrings and prepare for our pigeon pose. And then when you're ready, bring both feet to center. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring the knee in towards the center, setting the knee down behind the right wrist. Walk the left foot back behind you, keeping the foot straight. And if you have a block or a bolster to support your hip underneath, that can feel really good and really supportive. If you are comfortable in pigeon pose as it is, that's your body, that's your prerogative to feel into. So once you're there, inhale, lengthen through the chest. Then exhale, lower the arms down towards the floor. Maybe resting the forehead on the forearms. Maybe extending and dropping the forehead all the way down to the mat. We'll be in this pose for about 10 inhales and exhales. So I encourage you to use those inhales and exhales wisely. Just scan the body and release any tension that you might be feeling. About 3 breaths left on this side. When you're ready, we'll bring the hands just below the shoulders. We'll sit up. Tuck the back toe under and we'll lift the right leg right back up to the sky. Pulling that ankle once or twice and setting it down by the left. Walking out those heels, again, just kind of feeling through both sides of the body. And then when you're ready, left leg rises. Hug the knee in towards the chest, setting the knee down behind the left wrist. Walk that right foot back behind you now. You want no bend in the ankle, the knee, or the hip. Just a straight line back. Positioning yourself so that the chest is forward. You'll lengthen through the inhale and exhale. Fold down over the leg. Again, we'll be here for about 10, maybe 12 breaths. So let yourself really settle in. Let yourself sink in on that first exhale. Scan the body from the head to the toe. And inviting an energy of release with each inhale and each exhale. About 3 breaths left on this side. When you're ready, let's bring those hands back below the shoulders. Lengthen through that spine, tuck the back toe under, and lift up and back, left leg to the sky. Maybe rolling that ankle once or twice and then setting the foot down by the right. Taking any other motions or movements you feel like in your downward dog. And then when you're ready, making your way back down to seated, bring the knees down, moving the feet to the side, stretching the legs out in front of you, preparing for our Shavasana. So for Shavasana, you have the option to support the knees with your bolster or your pillow. You can bring them below. You can bring it just below the knees, which will be a really nice support for your lower back. And then when you're ready, just lay on down. Have your hands to the side. I recommend keeping the palms up. Palms up is a signal for receiving. So by leaving your palms open, you are inviting a receptive and healing energy into your body. On this new moon, you're resting in the silent awareness of your own healing, your own process to wholeness. And you can settle, you can feel settled with the feeling and the knowing that you are already whole, you are already healed. It's just a process of learning that again and again and again. In the silence of your Shavasana, last thing I'll ask you to come to your mind is, what is your new moon intention for the next cycle? As we're entering into Leo season, the season of fire, passion, growth, abundance. What intention can you set for yourself to bring into fruition, to bring into abundance, to manifest in your life? What is that intention? And how can you integrate it? How can you integrate it into your thoughts, into your actions, into your words? With that in mind, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your wrists and your ankles. Maybe removing your pillow, blanket, and sitting up in a comfortable cross-legged position. You can bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Namaste. The light within me sees, honors, and respects the light within you. Thank you for joining me in this new moon intention ceremony. I hope that it brought some peace and clarity into your life. I'll see you next time.